Hello friends, in this video I'm going to tell you what not to do and what traps you need not fall into when you're making a decision, especially when it's related to your money. It's very important for you to know what constitutes a bad decision, and you'll observe a commonality of features amongst the great people as well as the ordinary man when they make bad decisions. Knowing what constitutes a bad decision is super important because it will help us and give us an insight into the next good decision that, my friend, you are going to make. Let me share a few stories of my bad decisions along with others to prove these common components that make a decision bad. The very first common component in a bad decision is when you make a decision based on blind trust and ignorance, and there is a hidden greed involved in that. So when I started creating my courses on personal development and they were doing well on the marketplace platforms like Udemy and Skillshare, I launched the course on a bigger platform on Teachable where I can charge premium prices to my students. But the downside of that platform was that I have to market the courses from my end. So one of my friends who had this Facebook group of 10,000 members whom I have talked with just once before, I asked her whether she can do marketing of that courses or not. She agreed and she wanted me to transfer $50 into her account immediately to market for 1 month in like 4 Facebook posts in her group. I asked her if she needs to know something about my courses, the niche and the target audience that can help her market better. She said she visited the link and she knows what to do. To be honest, I was skeptical, but I wanted to trust her and my mind gave me various reasons to do that. Like she has a big group, she understands the market, and so I transferred the money. Yes, there was an element of greed in me. That was inherent, where I thought I'll be making good money if she markets it. I left the course link with her for a week and asked her about how it was going after the end of the first week. She didn't reply to me. After that, I again asked the status of how is everything going. She gave me various reasons like I'm busy with some important work, so I couldn't do it. The next few days I asked her again, but she didn't respond, and I couldn't sell anything to her. When I think of where I went wrong in that, I missed inquiring in the first place about where she's going to market it, whether she's really equipped to do it, whether she has the skills to do it, and whether she has the influence among the audience. I have not checked anything, but it was my greed. I was in complete ignorance and I blind trusted. And the greed component was so big that I transferred the money impulsively because I needed someone badly to market my courses. In my mind, I was not very convinced to partner with her, but the greed, the instant impulse was making me go through it. And if I were to think of 4 components that made my decision bad, they were my greed to get more, my impulsiveness in making decisions without proper inquiry and reasoning, lack of skills and lack of awareness on her end about what she needs to do, and my ignorance not to see it. And fourth is my extreme emotions where I immediately transferred the money just to get the things going. Let me share with you another story, and this one is of my dad. So my dad in his 20s was doing well financially and he wanted to create more wealth for himself as everyone tried to increase their ways of income. So his specialization in his business was in the manufacturing sector where he manufactured cable antennas that used to bring like channels to the television. As his business did well, he partnered with one of his cousins and cousin's friend to put some money in the movie business where he invested the money together with them. His cousin told him that this is a new rise and a trend in the market and we should get into this entertainment business. He went into it just because he wanted to raise and increase his money and because his cousin was also there, although he also didn't have knowledge about the entertainment or the movie business. So for the first 6 months they were in, they made good fortunes and my dad earned more than what he could earn in the antenna business. But just after 6 months, business from the movie business started crippling and dripping, and it went to the level where my dad and his cousin lost a significant portion of their hard-earned money. When I asked him yesterday what was the reason for that failure, he told me that he didn't know pretty much about the business. He just blindly trusted the cousin and his friend that they are going to do well. and internally he knew there was a bit of greed involved that pushed him to give his money to them. Later they found out that that the money that they made was out of stealing entertainment tax that the cousin's friend did not tell. And later, when the tax authorities found out, they were screwed and they were charged with penalties. You see, again, there are components of greed, blind trust, lack of awareness of a particular business, impulsiveness or hastiness that led him making this decision, which proved to be financially very bad. So whenever you are making a decision in the next time, if it's a tough one and if it relates to money, check how much of these components are into play. If you're extremely emotional and you're reacting out of impulse, as I did, not only in the above case, but also when I saw huge discount on my flight ticket back to home once, I ended up booking the ticket for an incorrect destination. In fact, reverse, where I totally wasted my money because I hastily got on an app and made the transaction. Or if you're not aware fully of the expertise of the person you are entrusting your money with, if your greed is overpowering your mind over practicality, if you are blindly trusting and making a call, more chances are that you're going to make a bad decision. Remember these 4 components and make sure that most of them don't come into play when you're making your next big decision. The lesser these components are in your decisions, the better your decision would be, especially the money one. Let me know in the comment section how much you agree with these traps and what could be other traps one need not fall into while making a decision. Share your thoughts, I am going to read them all. If you like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends whom you feel they need the monetary help in spending. If you want us to meet again and again, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so that you remain updated with my upcoming videos. I'll say goodbye to you now. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day ahead. I'll see you in the next video.